Hello, beautiful book lovers. Today we're going to dive into the enchanting world of Tara Books, an independent publishing house from India that's been captivating readers with their stunning handmade books since 1994. If you're a collector who appreciates the art of bookmaking but don't necessarily have very deep pockets, you're in for a treat. So let's explore what makes Tara Books so special and why their creations are a must-have for your collection. So Tara Books is a collective of writers, designers and bookmakers based in Chennai, South India. Their philosophy is rooted in collaboration with a focus on experimenting with the form of the book itself, from content and layout to paper and printing techniques. They publish illustrated books for children and adults, and they're particularly known for their pioneering work with the rich traditions of Indian folk and tribal art. Many of Tara's books' artists come from marginalised communities, each with their own distinctive traditions of art and making. This video focuses on a special range of their books that are made completely by hand. Each of their handmade books is truly a piece of art, crafted with care by skilled artisans. They employ traditional techniques like screen printing and block printing, which result in gorgeously vibrant colours, and their handmade papers result in tactile books that are a joy to hold and explore. Contemporary design and experimenting with the form of the book is a Tara trademark, where narrative art and artisanship come together to create what is as much a unique cultural object as it is a book. The publisher works closely with tribal communities in India to publish beautiful volumes of folk art that are incredibly affordable for the quality. So Tara Books has pioneered a process of creating affordable artist books for the contemporary reader. The collective of local workers live and work together, and they run a fair trade workshop which supports them to use their skills and talent to create these elegant world-class products. An average print run of around 3,000 copies of one of Tara's handmade books can take up to 3 months to produce, with a typical book needing something like 65 impressions of the screen printed colours to create. As part of their practice of sustainability, any leftover book prints are then upscaled into unique stationery and notebooks that make lovely gifts. Those in the know cherish these beautiful books for their stunning quality and fair price. But that's enough introduction. Let's look closer at the books. I'm going to start with one of Tara Books' most enduring classics and what I think of as their signature book, The Nightlife of Trees. This book was originally published in 2007 and it's been reprinted almost every year, as well as translated into at least 8 languages. Every single copy of these books is silkscreen printed, bound and numbered by hand at the Tara Books workshop in Chennai. The printing process involves layering colours sequentially, with each layer carefully pulled through a silkscreen by hand to create what's called an impression, and a single copy of the book's made up of around 84 impressions. The book's filled with intricately drawn cosmic visions of trees by 3 skilled artists from the forest-dwelling Gandhi tribe in central India. At the heart of their culture, they say that the trees are hard at work during the day, providing shelter and nourishment to all, so it's only at night that they can rest. So this is the time when their luminous spirits are revealed, and the tree images are printed onto black paper to evoke the feeling of the forest at night. One of the special features of this title is that every edition has featured a new tree on the cover. I bought mine in 2011, so it's a 7th edition, and as far as I'm aware, they're currently up to the 16th English language edition, which I think has one of the prettiest covers yet. The earliest editions had limitations as low as a couple of hundred, and current editions have a couple of thousand numbered copies. Each painting's accompanied by a very short folk tale narrated by the artist. This book's probably the one I'd recommend you start with if you'd like to dip your toe into collecting Tara's handmade books, as it'll give you a really good feel for what their handmade books are like. Seed is one of their most recent publications, released in 2024. A tribute to the seed, the book delivers its message by playing with different paper forms that are linked by short essays. Each form explores an aspect of the cosmos as it is contained within a seed. So the accompanying imagery has been created by artists from the Wali tribe in Western India. The book includes an unfolding pop-up, a leporello or concertina book, fold-out pages and a booklet as well. It's silkscreen printed onto thick craft paper and handmade paper with a limited edition of 2,000 copies. Circle of Fate, an enchanting tale based on a Hindu parable, is an older title that's now back in print. Opening in the peaks of the Himalayas, Garuda, the divine eagle of the god Vishnu, spots the Lord of Death approaching a little bird. He decides to intervene and save the bird by hiding it away, and the rest of the story then explores the inevitability of fate. The illustrations are made in the intricate and delicate ornamental traditional painting style of Patachitra from Odisha, which was formerly known as Orissa, in eastern India. This book's silkscreen printed on handmade paper with a limited edition of 1,000. Beasts of India explores India's rich biodiversity through the lens of traditional art. Native animals like tigers, elephants and snakes are depicted in vibrant colours by different folk and tribal artists. It's silkscreen printed on handmade paper, giving it a richness and textural appeal that's hard to capture on video. But while on the surface this looks like a children's book and would of course be appreciated by the very young in this way, it does also appeal to those interested in art and culture because it's a lovely celebration of Indian heritage. The book even comes with a high-quality silk-screened print of one of the beasts that you can frame and display. I Like Cats is another older small format title, and it's the perfect gift for any cat lovers in your life. It's basically a gallery of cheeky cat portraits from a variety of different tribal and folk artists of India. The cats are charming, and once again the book comes with a fun handmade print of one of the cats that's a special bonus gift for you. The next two books are part of a 4-book series that also includes the stories of Oedipus and Hippolytus, where classic Greek tragedies are brought to life through Tara Books' signature silk screen printing process. They've chosen pivotal works in the Greek canon, exploring the themes of fate, divine will and human suffering. The books were commissioned by the Getty Museum in Los Angeles, and the colour scheme and design of the books is intended to echo the colour and texture of Greek pottery in the Getty's collection. The thick paper they've used to represent this is recycled from cotton waste, which really does add a special textural element to the reading experience. The Bacchae by Euripides tells the story of King Pentheus's tragic downfall after he refuses to acknowledge the divinity of the god Dionysus. Dionysus draws the women of Thebes, including Dionysus's mother, into a frenzy and then lures Pentheus into spying on them. But in their madness, they mistake him for a wild animal and tear him apart, only realising what they've done after the spell lifts. And the crash from ecstasy to despair is deeply emotional. It's a very powerful story that explores hubris and also how easily people can be swayed by their emotions. Antigone, a tragedy by Sophocles, tells the story of Antigone, the daughter of Oedipus, who defies King Creon's orders to leave her brother Polynices unburied because he's considered a traitor to the state. At the heart of this tale, Antigone's act of rebellion raises questions about the clash between her belief in divine justice and her moral duty to her family versus Creon's duty to uphold the law and order as the king. The play was an important early exploration of feminist themes, particularly looking at the struggle for women to exert agency in male-dominated societies. Drawing in the City is illustrated by Teju Behan, a self-taught artist. The book presents her deeply personal experience of moving from poverty in rural India to the bustling city. Her drawings are both detailed and raw. They use an expressive, self-taught dot and line style of pointillism that depicts the city's overwhelming chaos while capturing beauty and vibrancy in everyday scenes. Although the artwork's all black and white, the book does employ coloured text to show different stages throughout her journey. In the Land of Punctuation is a whimsical exploration of language that engages readers through its playful verse, which comes from a dark comic poem written by German philosopher Christian Morgenstern in 1905. Each page is silkscreen printed onto handmade paper, and the text is paired with vibrant contemporary illustrations that are made entirely from punctuation marks. Morgenstern's poem is a clever allegory of social structures, which opens with periods and commas making an alliance against the semicolon parasites. Brutal minus signs join the battle and slice up the captive semicolons, littering the page with tiny punctuation corpses. But then the dashes turn against the commas and slice them up, ironically turning them into semicolon corpses. And the obvious political undertones of this poem suggest menacing systems of control, and the illustrations really effectively reflect this. Now, I also happen to have the trade edition of this book, which I'm just going to contrast here for you so you can see how they're different. It has similarly effective contents, but as you can see, it's much smaller, and it's not handmade, obviously. But although it's mass-produced, it's still a fun book even in the trade format as well. Now, Cloth of the Mother Goddess is another interesting title that explores the definition of a book, really, and this is the most expensive of their titles. It was first published in 2015 as a celebration of traditional block printing on actual cloth and just recently reissued again. The book delves into cultural narratives surrounding the Mother Goddess, with each page serving as a canvas for intricate designs. It's a recreation of a traditional votive cloth from the Gujarat known as the Matini Pachedi, or the Cloth of the Mother Goddess. Matini Pachedi served as portable representations of worship for nomadic communities that historically were denied access to the permanent temples. So the votive cloth functioned as a textile shrine, in this case dedicated to the mother goddess Vihat, the patron goddess of artisans. The cloth itself is used as a medium for storytelling, portraying various myths and legends associated with the goddess, her retinue, and the worshippers themselves. The act of offering these types of cloths, adorned with images of the goddess, is considered to be a profound expression of devotion, embodying the belief that gifting a creation back to the creator represents the highest form of worship. The vibrant red, black and white colour palette is distinctive to this art form. On the front panel, the visual arrangement of the mother goddess with her attendant deities and their animal companions is a type of simultaneous storytelling, where multiple events unfold together rather than sequentially, while the reverse side of the book is more of a narrative, telling the story of how the community encounters misfortune when they forget to paint and honour their mother goddess, but everything's made right when they make this cloth shrine to honour her. The book also comes with a paper storyboard that complements the textile narrative, providing context about the cultural significance of these offerings. The redesigned 2024 edition that I'm showing here also includes a screen-printed cloth covering with informational sections that unfold as you unwrap the book. Each of these books is a celebration of many artisanal skills, including designing and carving the wooden printing blocks, block printing the books by hand, and sewing all of the pages. Hen-Sparrow Turns Purple is one of my personal favourites. It's a retelling of an Indian folktale in which the hen-sparrow accidentally falls into a vat of dye, transforming her into a striking purple bird, which for no real reason seems to turn her whole kingdom upside down. The book has vibrant illustrations which are attached to handmade paper that features silkscreen designs, and the reading format's a folded scroll design that can be pulled out to use as a wall hanging. This scroll format also pays homage to the Indian storytelling traditions like the Cherial scroll paintings. It's absolutely delightful. In addition to the silkscreen books I've been showing here, Tara Books publish all sorts of interesting experimental book formats. A Stitch Out of Time is a celebration of the artwork of French artist Anaïs Beaulieu, who embroiders endangered plants onto recycled plastic bags to contrast the slow process of growth and creation with throwaway consumption. The cover of this book actually includes real embroidered plastic, inset in woven jute, and while the inner pages of the book are printed by conventional means, it does also include beautiful silk screen printed end papers which were printed in the Tara workshop. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through the beautiful world of Tara Books and their handcrafted treasures. I do have more of their lovely books if you're interested in a part 2 of this video, but please let me know in the comments if any of these titles caught your eye, or if you know of any publishers doing anything similar. Well, I'd have to say I do think these guys are unique. You can find links to the books in this video in the description box, and I have other of their titles as well that I showcase in the accompanying web article that's also linked below. And if you enjoyed learning about these special collectible editions, please do hit the like button and subscribe to stay updated when I share more episodes reviewing beautiful books. Till next time, bye!